But let's next talk about parish councils, shall we? Are parish and town councils still important to you, or do you just head straight to Facebook? A lot of chat about them after one in Cheshire spilled into chaos during a Zoom meeting.
This meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
It has been properly
Will you please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
You may now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Do we need parish councils if they're like this, or are local community groups on social media more effective? What do you think? My number's 0800 111 40 41. Let's bring in independent Witham Town Councillor Chelsey J, the youngest member of that council. Morning to you, Chelsey.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. Clare Lauwerys is chair of the Winstred 100 Parish Council. Hello, Clare.
Morning, Ben.
The Winstred 100 Parish Council, where's that?
Okay, so that covers Peldon, Great Wigborough, Little Wigborough, Silcox and Burley.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a wide area.
Okay, and you had a meeting last night, I gather?
We did, yes.
And it went okay, did it?
Yes, we all knew what we were doing and there was no shouting and nobody had to be removed.
Good stuff. And John Morter runs the South Witham Ferrers Facebook group. It has done so for nearly 15 years, John. 30,000 members. Morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning. Right, you're all on together, okay? I don't want to have to kick anybody out, all right? So please do behave yourselves and have a little chat amongst yourselves, really. I mean, Chelsey, start me off. Your reaction to the fact that everyone's talking about parish councils after this viral meeting.
Yeah, to be honest, I love that we are talking about them. It's really important that we are having a conversation about their relevance because, in my opinion, I come into politics only a couple of years ago. I obviously, like you say, am an independent town councillor. And when I watched that, I did see that there's lots of white, waffling, elderly people. And to be honest, I think that's pretty bang on accurate from my experience.
And what do you think, Clare? I mean, have you got lots of white-haired males on the parish council?
Actually, our parish council is mostly women. We've got 3 men and the rest of us are women. A wide range of ages. We are all white. We live in a very white area. So we kind of represent our area.
But can you actually do anything, Clare? Can you actually get anything done as a parish council when we've got sort of, town councils, district councils, county councils? You're well down the pecking order.
Well, there's not a lot of difference between town council and parish council. We have pretty much the same powers. We are very close to the people we represent. Even if you don't know your parish councillor per se, you'll know somebody who knows them. And we are, very close to the community.
John, what do you think? Do you think Facebook groups have become the new parish council almost? Because you've got 30,000 members, so if somebody puts a post up on your page to do with South Witham, more people are going to see it than a parish council.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, yes, with 32,000 members, word gets around quickly, yeah. But does it replace a council? No, I don't think it can fully replace a council. No. I think that parish councils have their place for sure. Certainly, the Facebook group, I think, is an extra element that I think is a great thing for towns and communities across Essex and across the country that wasn't there before. We can hold town councils a lot more accountable now with a well-run local Facebook group. So no, I certainly wouldn't say get rid of all councils. Absolutely not. Albeit, I do agree with Charlie's point that there are some dinosaurs. It has to be said on some of them. My local council is really good. I have to say most of them. I think that there are a lot of let's say councils that maybe need to be brought into the 21st century. Yeah.
Because you must have issues must pop up on that page every single day, John, that are then acted upon. I mean, do you think your page is more useful at getting things, actioned than a parish council?
Well, it's instantaneous, isn't it? So if there's an issue or something does crop up, then, everybody sees it, and it usually does need some action, and you'll find that other people get involved and help. Or in the case of Southwood and Ferrers, we're quite lucky in the fact that the mayor and the deputy mayor, Bob and Murray, I'll give them a mention, are brilliant. They're always on my group, and everybody knows who they are, and they do try and help where they can. And there are other councillors that do. Equally, there's a handful of them that are really just stuck in their ways and don't want to know. So, it has to be done.
Yeah, it sort of depends on the person. Chelsey, what about you? I mean, are you on social media and on part of the a Witham group and you're out and about looking at what people are saying on these groups or not?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's part of being a relevant councillor. If you aren't part of these groups, you don't know what's going on, and that is what the issue is. So to touch back on points that have been brought up, parish and town councils, they are stuck in an era that it's done now. They are too formal and they are too old-fashioned, and that is why people feel that they can't get things done, because obviously, we're stuck in red tape. Lots of decisions aren't ours to make, but for example, the councils that then are above us, our county council, our districts, that kind of thing. So it is really, really frustrating and really tricky, but 100% councils and these social media groups could be an absolute force field if put together, because you've got the council backing and then you've got the community, and that's exactly what you need.
So, for example, Chelsey, I mean, if John was in Witham, you would have him at a parish council meeting, would you?
Very unlikely, because no one comes to our meetings. But I don't blame them. They're boring. They're very formal. But at the end of the day, it's a double-ended sword, because people do need to come because they need to get involved. I have certainly, since I've been elected, tried to rally the troops, get people to come, get people interested in issues, because a lot of the time what goes on in the chamber, the community have got no idea that conversation's being had, and that is not okay with me.
Claire, what do you think on what Chelsey's had to say? Their social media and parish councils, can they combine, do you think, and be as one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, social media, especially Facebook, lots of people use it. I've been using social media since day dot, so I'm there to see what people are talking about in our villages. But again, you have to remember that not everybody, I know it's a shock to some people, but not everybody does social media. So you have to also do the traditional route things. Anyone could come to a parish council meeting, though. They're absolutely open to anyone to attend. If you haven't been to one, why not go along?
But because they're boring. Chelsey said it, Claire.
Well, parish councils are essentially related to local matters. And so if you've got something you're concerned about, bring it to your parish council. Most councils have a bit on every single meeting for the public to have their say. So your voice can be heard. You just have to open the front door and go to the meeting. And we'll be there. We'll be there if you come to us.
Yeah, and what do you think though about these Facebook groups? I think Chelsey was getting along the ideas, of a parish council and a Facebook group sort of being as one, and some of the guys and girls that run these Facebook pages becoming sort of part of a parish council. Is that what you're saying, Chelsey? Is that what you think?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we need elected officials. I get that, but there needs to be a better link in with these amazing people that are running these community groups, because they are the pulse of the town. They know exactly what's going on. That's really important. They're like a massive resource at our fingertips.
And so do you think, Claire, that you should have those people as part of the parish council?
If they want to stand to be elected, you get every 4 years you've got a chance to get elected. And also parish councils, though, even if someone's not elected, we can set up working parties, subgroups, and those people can get involved. Our parish council has its own Facebook page, and we feed into the parish, the ones in the parish, so the local villages ones. So we're doing our best to get out there onto Facebook and talk to people, and people do message us with things using that way, and we'll take them up and see what we can do about them.
Claire and Chelsey, interesting last word to John. Are you going to sign up for South Witham? Are you going to try and get elected South Witham Parish Council, John?
Well, weirdly enough, I was actually asked.
Oh, were you?
But I think the way I look at it is it's almost like the two chambers, the House of Commons and the House of Lords, in a way, or Congress in America. I think we do seem to keep each other in check sometimes in recent times. And a lot of the councillors, as I said, are on the group and they do get actively involved. Some of them don't want to know. And interestingly, it's the ones that do get involved are the ones that get remembered. We're noticing in a pattern are the ones that do actually tend to get sort of re-elected. So it certainly pays, I think, really to be involved with each other.
John, thank you very much. Interesting discussion that, Clare, Chelsey and John. That I think there was an element of decorum with that, you three. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day. Thank you. Well, that went well, didn't it? A nice little meeting, the four of us. Your thoughts welcome, actually. Parish councils? I mean, do you have any luck with your parish council? Or do you think actually community groups on social media have now become more effective at getting things done? Has anyone acted on a post you put up on one of these sites? Or have you found your parish council very good? If you're on a parish council, let me know. 0800 111 40 41 is my number. Esther's got in touch on Twitter as well. Says, I live in South Witham, and if it wasn't for the Facebook group, we wouldn't be aware there's actually a council most of the time. We're lucky that our new mayor is the first one to actually embrace the group. And for the first time, we know who our mayor actually is. So Esther making the point there that there are people going through Facebook that are now more in touch with their council than the other would be. And South Witham Ferrers on Twitter, good morning to you, says, we work closely with the South Witham Ferrers Facebook group, and about half the council, they've embraced social media. The other half, like John Water said, are dinosaurs who are seemingly completely out of touch with what's really going on. I'll take more of your thoughts on that. 0800 111 40 41, parish councils or Facebook. What's best at getting stuff done? But let's chat now about the takeaway van that we've been hearing about.